It's recording?
We are
Okay.
recording. We're good to go.
All right. So this was my plan for earlier this morning. I only have it half in motion. So I have the project pages, which is what I'm working on. So I got the first part done where once you hover over it, it kind of gives you a brief understanding of what I can do. And then I'm working on this second part right now where it's going to actually be the project section. And I wanted to where like when you click on it, it's going to give you like a long form model. I think I can zoom in on here. And it's going to like show you more information. Hopefully I can get like a little mini project carousel inside of it. I've seen some people doing that. And then this is just the tablet version of it. And I did a little prototype deconstruction, but I'm still working on the project section. And I had already did the main page, even though I got to fix that too, but I got my main page so far. That's it.
Hey, you're muted, David. I don't know if you're trying to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's your actual goal today?
To finish my project page and to start designing my contact and resume page.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Are there any barriers that you're having to overcome or that you foresee?
It was just the images. I had to find the right images, and even when I did, I ended up having to crop them, and it was kind of throwing my layout out. But I ended up getting it resolved. So now I'm just going to the second part. That's probably the part where I might run into some more issues because, like I said, I'm trying to get like a mini carousel inside of a modal, but we're gonna see how it works.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Does anybody have any questions? All right. Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Shakira,
No problem.
and thank you for leading the charge. I really do appreciate that. Who would like to go next?
I'll go next.
Awesome, Yancy, go for it.
I didn't really do much. I've been looking for pictures mainly during the part of the lunch time, but I just changed this up a little bit more. I was able to get them all to connect to different ones.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of having like all them be filed, it took a while. Um, that's about it. I'm currently looking for pictures right now.
All right, awesome. Is that your goal for the day?
Yes, just looking for stuff to add. Then maybe probably tomorrow, work on like the about me section.
All right, awesome, awesome. What are the barriers that you foresee that you may have to overcome?
Um, I guess trying to fit like trying to organize everything here and like the images because I don't want it to be too small that I can't read. But yeah, just trying to basically just fill this part up.
Awesome, awesome. Well, it looks good. Nice job.
Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. Does anybody have any questions? All right. Well, Yancy, thank you for sharing.
I can go next.
Sylvia, please do.
Mine kind of like looks really similar from what I showed this morning since we didn't really have much time to work on it. But
Okay.
during lunch, I just added these three pictures and edited the photos by adding text on it on Adobe. And after I'm planning to fill out these cards and make it a carousel so you can see more recent activities of other people in it.
Awesome. Awesome, Sylvia. This is looking really, really good. So, what's your goal for today?
Oh, fill out the last three cards and make it a carousel or figure out how to at least.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then, do you foresee any barriers?
Um, I think making it like mobile view would be like my barrier, but I will figure that out.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, if you need any assistance, obviously utilize your 20-minute rule, and then you can always find one of the TAs.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, nice job again. Thank you for your share. All right, who do we have? Ryan,
I can go.
Trini. Okay, yep. Sin, go for it.
Okay, so my plan for today, during lunch, I got the screen recording, so I just like coded like 2, 3 lines. I got that done, and I'm trying to learn how to use buttons off YouTube for my carousel. I'm currently going through a video to make buttons for my carousel because this pink part's supposed to be a carousel. So for now, I just have a coding photo there. So I'm gonna take maybe 2, 3 photos and turn this into a carousel with buttons. And that's all I've gotten done during lunch so far. I'm trying to go off the video and try to learn how to just add the buttons for now. So I got the screen recording done. I have the photos of the screenshots, and I'm just gonna keep working through, try to get this done.
All right. Well, hey, great use of resources for one. So it sounds like the buttons is going to be your goal for today.
Yeah.
All right. Do you foresee yourself having to overcome any barriers? Do you foresee any adversity here?
Yeah, so I'm kind of, you know, the carousel, like how you can go left and right, those basic buttons, the sliders, where you can click and it goes left, it goes right. That's what I'm struggling with the most, but I found this YouTube video that I'm just going through slowly, but I think that's gonna be my biggest barrier. But I think I can get through it pretty easy.
Okay. Awesome. Well, yeah, that's great. Nice job. And again, I commend you on your ability to go out and find supportive resources. So utilize your 20-minute rule after the video. And if there's anything, I mean, reach out to Josh. Josh is really good with that kind of stuff. So, or find a TA and we can give you a helping hand.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for your share. All right. Who do we have left? We have True. We have Ryan.
Yeah, go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, thanks. So yeah, so I was mostly just spending the whole hour trying to find a code that actually just animates line by line, and I finally found it. So I did the sorry, am I sharing my screen?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I must have. Yeah, so sorry. Oh. So so I just made the necessary adjustments. So now I'm just trying to time it so it doesn't animate the moment I reload the screen. But instead I'm trying to make sure it animates the moment I click on this or if I just scroll down. So yeah.
Hey, that's looking good though.
Yeah. And also due to the many complaints of alleged vulgarity, I did change the get again the get again. So yeah. Is anyone satisfied then?
Okay. Okay. So again, clarify me for what's your overall goal for the rest of the day?
Yeah, I'm just gonna focus on the transitions, or like, and try to like try to add in more features that would make the whole portfolio even more attractive, or just add more aesthetics to it. So yeah, it's really not much, but if there's anything else I can add, feel free to suggest.
For sure. And then what do you foresee any barriers?
What do you mean by barriers?
Anything that you may have trouble with, whether it be just as an example, uploading images. We were talking about earlier with buttons. We were also talking about carousels, any kind of situational barriers.
Not really. I actually try to avoid Bootstrap, but I think it's something I have to use at some point. So I might just use it if I finish with everything. So
All right, awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for your share.
No problem.
Does anybody have any questions while Ryan had that up?
Not really a question. It's just I understand why, but it's unfortunate that you had to change the background, Ryan. I was digging it how it was.
I was thinking the same thing. You're talking about how it was all one right there?
Or no, how
I was spelling out F off, or at least
basically, yeah.
Okay.
Just exuded confidence.
I'm just
conforming
just
Respect. Okay. Probably professional wise, that's probably a good decision though, guys.
Yeah.
So True, were you up?
Yeah, so I'm just an incredibly slow worker. So I was trying to get some stuff done during the lunch break, but I'm still working on like developing my portfolio wireframe and then just adding on some content. So I figured my goal for the day is doing that and then producing some HTML and CSS with that.
Okay, awesome. And just briefly, will you kind of give us a synopsis on what your application is?
So I was considering a couple different things. my girlfriend's really into cycling, and so I wanted to kind of integrate a page where I could track the like just cycling routes and how it's, I don't know, I was trying to like play around with just like the functionality between like tracking workouts and measuring the amount of stuff like you could do for like certain workouts. I don't know. Yeah, I was still like coming up with stuff as I go along. So it's not entirely there, but I just had like an idea about integrating something with that. So I don't know. We'll see how it turns out, but I'll try to kind of expedite the process by coming up with something practical as well.
All right, awesome. Awesome. Yeah. Drew, thank you for your share. Again, I guess with that question, real quick, we talked about your goal being the wireframes. Do you foresee any barriers outside of maybe just taking your time while you work and making sure you do a thorough job?
Nah, I'd say my biggest issue is just timing. Like, I don't know, maybe I do have an issue with like knowing the right questions to ask at the time. Like unless I wrap my head around it entirely, I'm a little slow at times. So I'm just like, okay, like I need to figure out what I need to ask to do this. So it'll just take me a little bit of time, and then I feel like, yeah, I think I'll be good. It's just like a timing issue.
All right, not a problem. Well, again, I mean, we are here to support you. So if you need anything, please drop in one of the rooms.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate that.
Anybody have any questions for True or any suggestions when it comes to the wireframes? All right, right on. Last but not least, who do we got? Jay?
It's me. Yep. As of now, I'm kind of like in the same boat as True. I was just trying to like just map out like how I want to structure my wireframe and everything. And I think that's kind of like what's holding me up. So as of now, I already picked my color scheme, and I like to share this webpage I just found also that actually is really advanced, but at the same time, it's like an idea of what I want to do.
Mhm.
So excuse me. God dog, man. This Zoom bar is so annoying. To move. But yeah, this is like what I want to do. It's that, I don't know how to make all this work, but this is like the type of like one-page interaction I want to make for myself. This looks incredibly.
This looks like React.
Yeah, that's the thing, and I don't think we know that yet. So
No,
it's like
you guys will though. You guys, that'll be your third stack. But many of these one flow websites that are clean and crisp like this are built off MERN.
Hmm.
They
So I guess
that React. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. I was going to ask, since the skills that we have right now, you think that like I probably am just being a little overzealous by making like trying to do something like this, even though I know it's like really advanced, but it's mainly just like just to scroll down and have like some type of animation, maybe not as advanced as this, but like some type of like small little feature here and there,
So what I would say is this: I would say, especially for your very first project, keep it simple. Keep it simple. KISS.
Gotcha.
Because ultimately, your skills are going to progressively grow and mature. And so, is this realistic at the tail end of the camp? Absolutely. There's no question about it. I know you'll have the skill set to do this and much more, but for considering you're just in web fundamentals, you just touched HTML, CSS, JavaScript. I can't express to you how important it is on these portfolio projects, guys, because this is the bread and butter for going out there and getting that 6-figure contract, right?
Yeah.
So don't get sidetracked on doing something super significant. Just make sure you get the practice of putting a project down. So
okay.
It's going to pay significant dividends, especially when you get into a full stack development and you actually have, a full scale project to build. Right now, you're just kind of building the front end on it. So you can go a little ham on it. But ultimately, again, just make sure that you guys are kind of in this first one, keeping it simple and just making sure that you're getting a portfolio project accomplished.
Okay, so I guess with that being said, like I guess without like all the animations, I still want to like stick with like a single page application.
Sure.
Just to show everything.
And that's easy enough to do with Flexbox and the divs, and not a problem.
Okay, then, and I guess like just your advice, like what do you think employers like really look for in our portfolios when it comes to like suggesting that hire.
I've got mentors with Google, Amazon. I meet with them on a pretty considerate basis. Something I do as a volunteer basis. I also work with a nonprofit company that basically helps individuals get into the tech industry. And what's really, really cool about it is I mean, I bump shoulders and have Zoom meetings every day with, multi-figure CEOs and other members that sit on these tech companies and these boards and project managers. And, so what I'm going to tell you is I've sat on some of these interviews, and the reality is your projects are kill. Your projects get you in the door. And then just knowing your algorithms, knowing how to get in there, and not just to be able to solve it, be able to communicate throughout it, right? Openly verbalize exactly what you're thinking, because in those algorithms are not just a test if you can solve it, but are you going to be able to function within the team, and are you a culture fit?
Right.
So that's the most important thing, especially when you're going in on those. Practice your algorithms and just make sure you're making, it doesn't even have to be the best project in the world, but make it something that's realistic, that's user friendly, and it maybe solves a personal problem or that you're personally interested in, because you always give your all to something that you're more interested in.
Right. Most definitely.
Absolutely, guys. But yeah, that would be my suggestion to you, James. Otherwise, sounds like you're on the right track. What's your goal for today?
My goal today is like try to finish, at least I try to understand the webpage of, I try to like make like a single application, like try to make up like certain sections to talk about, like my resume, about me, excuse me, projects and etc. And also, I guess I'm like trying to find like pictures and like icons also, like HTML shields, JavaScript, and just a point, excuse me, just to point out like the things I learned so far in the boot camp. And so pretty much I'm probably gonna spend like all night just like trying to like get something done at least, doesn't have to be perfect, but it's just gonna be like a prototype. Excuse me.
Awesome. Well, yeah, and I can't say enough again, just even if you have to just put pen to paper and just draft your ideas out the old school way, at least then you have something down on that paper, right? So if you have any questions or you need anything, reach out to us. We can also help you brainstorm as well. Do you see any barriers or potential adversity that you may have to overcome?
I guess I could be like somewhat like a slow beginner, like I may have like a snowball effect.
Okay.
But I think it's just like me just getting the ball rolling, just getting that momentum. That's my obstacle.
All right. Awesome. Does anybody have any questions or suggestions for James? All right, guys. Well, with that said, that's all of us. So congratulations to everybody's progress. Continue to work hard. I assume tomorrow we'll come back around and do the same thing. Practice makes perfect, guys. And if you guys need any assistance, employ your 20-minute rule. Go to your peers for assistance, and then you can always lean on us as well. Any questions before we break? All right. Well, yeah, you guys are free to go. Again, I encourage you to stay in the Zoom for the remainder of the day. That we can make sure you get you for all your attendance, and just continue to work on your projects.
Sounds great.
All right, guys, I'm heading to lunch.
All right. Thank you, David.